You have reached Blue Fire Faith, and I am Dr. Kimberlee Mendoza, and this will be another episode. This time we're going to talk about aligning our perceptions. So I'm going to start with a verse. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let them be afraid. So here's the thing. It's really easy to get our mind on whatever we see, our perceptions. I don't know, have you ever seen like those memes where the kitty is looking in the mirror and sees a lion, or a really skinny girl who's pretty is looking in the mirror and she sees a fat and ugly girl? Like, it's that perception of how we see ourselves, right? And we often see others and ourselves not as God sees us or not as God views us. The Bible actually talks about how when God looks on us, he does not see the same thing that man sees. And so we have to learn to align our perceptions with what maybe God is trying to do or whatever God sees. And, man will see failure when God sees a winner. And that's really important. So I have a story, another part of my testimony. In 2010, we had no money, and it was a really rough time, and they came and they repossessed my minivan at the time, and it happened in the middle of the night, and I had to get my kids to school the next day, and I think it might have been a Saturday night, and so I had something like 48 hours to figure out how I'm going to get my kids to school, if I remember correctly. And so I started praying, and within a day, someone sold me a car for $1,000. We were able to scrape that all together, and we bought this car. It was a jalopy for sure, but I loved that car. It was God's car. That's the way I saw it, and so I saw it as a blessing. I did not see it as a curse or, no matter how much it was falling apart, I loved that car. Another story, I had a different car, and I had taken my son and myself up to our church, and our church was on a hill, and I had parked it, and I put the brake on, I went inside, and I come back out, and my son is standing in the middle of the parking lot, and my car is gone. And I'm like, where's my car? I'm thinking he hit it or something. I don't know. He was probably 14 or 15 years old, so he didn't drive yet. And he points, and my car has hit a tree at the bottom of this hill in the parking lot. And it totally shattered the back window. Now, I at first was upset and frustrated, and I'm asking my son, why didn't you step on the brake or something, So I guess what had happened is I'd left it in drive, even though I put the parking brake on, and because it was on a hill, it went ahead and went down. And so it was a silly thing for me to say. He was like a kid, and how would he know? But anyways, I started really reflecting on this, and what I realized is the blessings that were in this. My son got out of the car. He could have been in the car when it hit. There is an embankment that goes behind the church that had my car not hit the tree, but it had just gone over the embankment, and there's no other tree. It was it had one tree, and then it was just embankment. It would have went all the way down into a swimming pool or a house at the bottom of the hill. So because it was stopped by a tree, it didn't do that. And I ended up getting a really good deal on someone coming out and fixing the window for me. They actually came to the parking lot, fixed it for me right there. It wasn't very expensive. All this to say, this is where I'm going with all of this. We have a choice every time something horrible happens. We have a choice to see how we want to perceive things. What I want to challenge you, here's the challenge for today, is to find the hidden blessing. The hidden blessing. There is always one. If you look deep enough, you will find it. When I did this 40-day challenge, it was really cool when people started to look at the hidden blessings, the stuff that they encountered or saw that they had never seen before. I promise you, if you can just really refocus how you're looking at a situation, even when things are awful, there is a blessing in the awful, because God is still there. Even when things are really bad, God is still there. And so I challenge you to find that hidden blessing. I have learned to do that, and it has made even the roughest or the hardest times in my life not be so bad. And it's because I'm focusing on God and I'm keeping my perceptions with Him. And I have another quote for us. I don't know who the author is, but it's just a cool quote. It says, "Trials in life are not meant to make us fail, but to see how far we can fly." And a lot of times, trials in our life, tribulations in our life, they will help us witness to somebody. They will put us in a path where we can help someone else going through the same thing, give, words of wisdom. Maybe they help us grow and become a stronger person. I'll tell you, before 2010, when I lost everything, I used to be a little annoyed when people needed help, oh, they're just doing that because they're moochers or whatever. I had kind of an attitude towards that. But then I became the moocher. I became the person who had to shop at the cheapest store, like the Dollar Tree, for groceries because I didn't have any money, and it changed me. And so I value that time in my life. It also helped me write this entire series because I walked through having to get close to God, and it helped me get on my knees and really spend time with God. And so trials and tribulations, they have the ability to make you better and closer to God if you allow them and if you'll look for that hidden blessing. All right, that is it for me. You all have a great day. I will see you later. Bye-bye.